There are just 67 days left until Election Day, and John McCain just announced his running mate, Alaska Governor Sarah Palin. Moments after the announcement, Barack Obama had this to say about Palin.
Unfortunately, the case is more of the same. And so, ultimately, John McCain's at the top of the ticket. As I indicated in my speech last night, I think that he wants to take the country in the wrong direction. I'm assuming Governor Palin agrees with him in his policies.
Just who is Sarah Palin? Joining us now, a man who knows her, the author of the book Felice, the best-selling book by Dick Morris. There it is, Felice. Just a word on, because you were on last night, before we talk about Sarah Palin, who you know, you were on last night with us from Denver, talking about the speech. We saw excerpts. You were not particularly complimentary when you saw the excerpts of the speech.
I was not.
And I went after you saying, you haven't seen it yet. Yeah. How do you know?
That's right.
So now you've seen the speech.
When I saw the speech, it was wonderful. It is one of the all-time great speeches. It ranks up there with Lincoln's second inaugural, with John Kennedy's only inaugural. What I was critical of on the show was that I had just read the excerpts that his campaign put out, so I figured it was the best stuff, which was a short list of programs. And I had wanted him to go through a State of the Union type speech. He did. He enumerated all of these programs, and there's a lot of stuff in it that I disagree with. There's a lot of stuff that's wrong, but it was a brilliant speech. The problem is, and you just saw it here, when he equates Bush with McCain and says they're the same, saying that Sarah Palin is more of same is like equating Cameron Diaz with Doris Day.
I'm not sure which is which there, but in any event, so in terms of the analogy, I mean.
Young, modern person, as opposed to
but here, you know
George
Sarah
Bush.
Palin, and doesn't this take the experience argument off the table? You can't say Barack Obama's not experienced and say, but we're embracing Sarah Palin to go against Joe Biden for vice president.
There's a difference for somebody running for teacher and somebody running for student. Theoretically, Obama, who has only about the same amount of experience that Palin has in statewide office, is running for president of the United States. Palin is running for vice president to bring her fresh approach, but learn at the master's knee.
Don't you need someone who's ready day one to be president of the United States?
Yeah, it would be nice if the Democrats nominated somebody like that, but they didn't.
They did.
But it's okay if the Republicans nominated somebody for vice president who needs a little warm-up time till they become president. The thing about Sarah Palin, and it's the key thing to remember, is this woman challenged the corrupt Republican establishment of Alaska. Frank Murkowski, the governor of Alaska, was corrupt as anything. And his daughter, Lisa Murkowski, isn't corrupt. She just is dumb. And
you have a kind word, Dick, huh?
Yeah, and you have Ted Stevens, the other senator, who is certifiably corrupt. He's under indictment, and he deserves to go to jail for a long time, as does his son, by the way. Sarah Palin took that establishment on, challenged Murkowski in a primary fight, got the Attorney General fired. She's probably the only governor in America that beat the incumbent governor of her own party in a primary fight over corruption. This woman is a heroine. And to have someone like that coming to Washington to clean up Washington is extraordinary. And we're not talking about she went after Democrats in a partisan way. She went after Republicans. Yes.
Hey, Dick. First of all, good to see you, my friend. Thanks for being back with us. She has more
I told you it wouldn't be Romney there, Sean.
No. Well, I thought Romney would have been a good choice, too. But she has more executive experience than Barack Obama does, more private sector experience, more community experience, more experience in actually having specific accomplishments. And I doubt she has a Reverend Wright, an Ayers, or Resco, or a Flager problem, which is, I think that, the Obama campaign on defensive is laughable on the experience issue.
Listen, I got to say that I'm, as you know, pro-choice. But when I meet somebody who knowingly has a Down syndrome child because she is pro-life, I have to melt with respect. But the thing that is extraordinary about this woman is that she really is a prosecutor. She's somebody who served on the state oil board, regulating oil, and she found corruption going on. She complained about it. The governor wanted to fine her and fire her. She went public with it. She forced the head of the board and the attorney general, who wanted to punish her, both Republicans, to leave. Then she ran against the Republican governor, beat him in a primary, and she walks on water in Alaska because everybody knows how honest she is. This is a crusader.
She's got almost at times an 80% approval rating. I think you're absolutely right. She's a crusader. There's one other issue that we haven't discussed yet. I mean, you know, oil is the lifeblood of our economy. Right. She, like me, I'm an all-of-the-above person, and that means drilling, nuclear power, coal mining, and conservation, and wind power, and solar.
She's the only one.
Wait a minute. But compare that to Barack Obama. Inflate your tires. Get a tune-up.
But Sean,
pretty much
she's the only one in national office who's ever been to the Alaska Wildlife Refuge. She knows all about it. She governs it. And she wants oil drilling there, as does everybody else in Alaska. But the flavor of taking on the corrupt Republican establishment of her state. God, this is John McCain, the reformer, back again. And that's what he's got to do at his convention, and good for him.
By the way, Dick, continue congratulations on your book, Fleeced, New York Times bestseller. And we check in now with Greta Van Susteren.